The winter season has finally begun here in the Hub City, giving students an unexpected holiday last week. Coming up, we'll have the latest details on the first snow day of 2023 and a look at what's to come as winter conditions continue this week.
The winter weather took a short hiatus after last week's snowstorm, giving members of the tech community a chance to get out and stop by some fun events. Find out how students could enjoy a night of free activities before heading out to a one-of-a-kind car show.
And the Red Raiders and Lady Raiders were both on the court on Saturday with hopes of getting back on track and ending a losing streak. But could either team find the win column on the road or at home? MCTV's Alejandra Salazar will be in with all the details in sports.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Monday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Elene Khajishvili.
And I'm Lanigan. The spring semester has been underway for less than a month, and students have already been missing class, but not for reasons under their control.
That's right, Will. Last week, the winter season kicked into full gear, and since then, the Texas Tech campus has experienced a series of cancellations and delays. Last Tuesday, students, faculty, and staff woke up to a tech alert message informing them that campus was closed. The change in schedule happened after as much as 7 inches of snow fell across the Lubbock area. Snow had been predicted by local forecasters for more than a week, but the large accumulation was a surprise to experts who assumed snow totals would be much less. The large amount of wintry precipitation led university administrators to delay classes to 10 a.m. last Wednesday to help commuters avoid hazardous road conditions.
The Texas Tech campus in Lubbock has delayed the start of in-person classes until 10 a.m. on Monday, January 30th.
Then this morning, students once again received tech alert messages announcing yet another weather-related delay. This is a live look at the MCTV tower cam. Gloomy skies have remained over the Lubbock area today after clouds rolled in with a cold front yesterday evening. That front dropped temperatures below freezing along with moisture that eventually froze over, creating icy roads and sidewalks. A few wet patches are still visible on the sidewalks, but luckily most roads were dry enough for students to get to class in time for today's 10 a.m. start. Coming up later, in weather we will let you know how long the frigid conditions will last and whether or not you can expect even more weather delays tomorrow morning.
Before today's wintry blast hit the area, temperatures had warmed up quite a bit at the end of the week. But even with the nicer conditions, one local group of car enthusiasts decided to take no chances as they hosted a one-of-a-kind indoor car show. On Saturday, the Caprock Corvette Club hosted an indoor car show at the American Windmill Museum. The event kicked off at 8 a.m. and featured a variety of the models of the popular sports car. Attendees had the chance to view each of the vehicles along with the windmill exhibits for only $5 per person. The event also included free face painting and balloon animals for kids, a raffle, food trucks, and a chance to vote for their favorite Corvette to win Best of Show. Saturday's indoor car show wrapped up at 4 p.m., and proceeds were then donated to a charity of the Corvette Club's choosing.
With spring underway, several campus groups have started hosting a semester-long calendar of activities for students. And one group continued to offer fun and free options with a special event at one of the Hub City's best-known entertainment venues. The Student Activities Board invited students out to main event last Thursday to enjoy a night of free food, fun and games. The first 250 students to show up at 7 p.m. with a tech ID were given a wristband that gave them access to bowling, laser tag, an arcade, and more. SEB also offered free pizza and drinks to attendees, along with the chance to pick up some SEB swag. SEB's allotment of free wristbands ran out in about an hour, and if you didn't get to enjoy last week's event, SEB offers fun and free options throughout the semester. For more information, along with a look at upcoming events, visit seb.ttu.edu.
Most Texas Tech students were able to enjoy a day of fun during last week's snow day. But one group of Red Raiders spent last Tuesday preparing for an important presentation in the nation's capital. Last Wednesday, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security hosted 3 high school and collegiate teams for the Invent to Prevent competition. A group from the College of Media and Communication was one of 3 collegiate finalists who were invited to Washington, D.C. to give their final presentations in person. Invent to Prevent encouraged competitors to come up with a project to prevent hate, violence, and terrorism in local communities. Tech's team of professional communication students faced off against 2 other teams from Duke and the University of South Carolina. The Texas Tech team finished the competition in 3rd place, with Duke taking home the top prize. This year marks the 3rd year of the competition since it was launched in the spring of 2021. As we've mentioned throughout the show, winter weather has been a hot topic here on campus over the last 7 days, and it looks like it will continue to be of interest as we head into the rest of this week.
But will students get another chance to sleep in tomorrow as cold conditions stick around the area? Let's take a look at the MCTV forecast. Cloudy skies and some light precipitation have been visible throughout the day of the MCTV tower cam. Temperatures have slowly risen into the 20s this afternoon, and we may even top out around 30 before sunset. But highs should remain below freezing for at least the next 36 hours. Tonight, lows will drop into the teens, but a slight breeze will create wind chills in the single digits after midnight. The clouds will also stick around, and we could possibly see more freezing rain and even light snow before sunrise. Tomorrow appears to be a near repeat of today's conditions, with highs climbing near 30 degrees and gloomy conditions remaining in the area. There is a potential for more ice to develop on roads and sidewalks by tomorrow morning, and anything that melts today will freeze again overnight. The potential for ice accumulation means there is a strong possibility that classes may be delayed again tomorrow morning. On Wednesday, we could finally see temperatures climb back above freezing in the late afternoon, but highs should only make it into the upper 30s. Overcast skies remain in the forecast through Wednesday night, and the chances for wintry precipitation will continue to be a threat on both Wednesday and Thursday morning. But after another cold start on Thursday, the sun should finally make a return by mid-morning, and highs are forecast to climb back into 50s in the late afternoon. By Friday, mild conditions appear to be making their way back to the area, with sunny skies and highs reaching 60 before sunset. Looking ahead, a consistently mild weekend appears to be in store to start off the month of February, but the wind and colder temperatures could make a return early next week.
The Texas Tech basketball teams were back in action this weekend, with both hoping to end losing streaks and get back into the win column.
The weekend ended with mixed results, but who came out on top? MCTV's Alejandra Salazar joins us now with scores and highlights in sports. Alejandra?
Thanks, Elena and Will. The Texas Tech men's basketball team were on the road on Saturday looking to snap an 8-game losing streak and battled it out in a Big 12 SEC matchup against the LSU Tigers. Tech led 41-33 at halftime and finished the game on a 16-10 run after LSU had taken a 58-57 lead in the second half. Coach Mark Adams said that one of the main positives of winning this game was that it was on the road.
Since we needed the W and to get it on the road, is even a bigger positive for us if we could play this well and play. I thought we played very good basketball for most of the entire game, and I thought we did well on both ends and shared the ball, and we had individuals that really stepped up.
Some of those individuals being Kevin O'Banner, who had himself a night with 22 points, and Kerwin Walton, who made 5 three-pointers to help lead Tech to a 76-68 win over LSU. Tonight, the Red Raiders will take on another Sweet 16 program from last season and host number 12 Iowa State at the United Supermarkets Arena. Tip-off is set for 8 p.m. with TV coverage on ESPN2. Now moving on to the Lady Raider basketball team, they celebrated the 30th anniversary of the 1993 National Championship. With over 85 former players in attendance and in the National Girls and Women in Sports Day celebration, Texas Tech played in front of a crowd of over 8,000 people. Tech was led by guards Breamber Scott and Jasmine Shavers. Scott scored 22 points, while Shavers had 19 points and 5 rebounds. The Lady Raiders trailed just 40-36 with 5:49 to play in the third, and then later by 7 with 3 minutes left to play in that quarter. But Baylor closed the third quarter on a 13-4 run to take a 54-40 lead into the fourth. Moving on in the fourth, Tech scored 7 of the first 11 points to get to within 58-47, but Baylor closed with a 21-12 run to close out a 79-59 victory over Texas Tech. Coming up for the Lady Raiders, they'll hit the road for a midweek contest at Oklahoma State. Tip-off from Stillwater is set for 6:30 p.m., and you can watch on ESPN+. Tons of basketball to look forward to, so you will definitely want to tune in. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Alejandra. Throughout 2023, the Texas Tech University is hosting its centennial celebration. The university was formally established in February of 1923, and the university is hosting dozens of celebratory events throughout the year.
Back in December, Texas Tech officially kicked off the year-long festivities during the annual Carol of Lights event. But right before the holiday tradition took place, another campus facility opened a special exhibit to give visitors the chance to take a step back in time and learn more about the home of the Red Raiders. MCTV's Harper Cummings has more.
The Texas Tech Museum has just opened the Centennial exhibit just in time for the 100-year anniversary of the university. 100 years is a great milestone for Texas Tech. Dr. Aaron Pan has a lot to say about the exhibit.
So basically, it's not just actually one exhibit, it's actually spread across 5 galleries, and so it basically touches on the university and basically its history and what's going on now through all these galleries. There's a lot of parts that I really like. I think what is incredible is it takes you on a journey to different facets of the university, from its academic and its creation, all the way through the beautiful art and aesthetics that are the campus itself, through the great spirit that is being a Red Raider, from sports and basically the voices that are part of the university and what makes this university wonderful. It couldn't have been done without multiple divisions and units across campus. So it's basically a large collaborative endeavor.
The exhibit will be here throughout 2023, but there's plenty more that the museum has to offer.
This is Texas Tech's very own museum. We are part of the Texas Tech family. So we are free admission, general admission for everyone, students and to the public. We do have a planetarium that does have a ticket price, but be able to come in and see the exhibits and see the centennial exhibits or anything in general is always going to be free. There is something for everyone whenever they come visit here. So, you know, if someone's interested in art and then you have someone else who's interested in science, they can see all of that while they're here. So it makes it a good experience for anyone.
So if you find yourself needing something to do, or you really are interested in history and might not have known the museum was even here, it's definitely worth checking out, especially the new exhibit. For MCTV, I'm Harper Cummings. Back to you.
Thanks, Harper. So, Elena, have you had a chance to check out the museum's centennial exhibit?
Yes, and it was amazing. And you?
No, I haven't been able to make it over there yet, but
You
going to
should.
at some point.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, well, that's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you on Thursday.